Beans.
Philly rap legend Beanie Sigel has dropped a new verse with his longtime collaborator and friend Freeway using AI technology. We kind of talked about this years ago. I don't know. And
we talked about the single.
Well, we talked about
the possibility
of Beanie Sigel.
Oh yeah, that conversation.
AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
We also talked about
we did a react to the Freeway record Ring that was produced by Jake One. But as I'm going to play a little snippet here, the thing about it is apparently they've been working on. The engineer has been working on with Beanie and this technology for a couple of years. I saw in the comments, and it does sound like vintage Beanie Sigel. So let's play this and see what we got.
Put you pussies in your proper place. Don't pretend the fiend said got a proper taste. 1-900, you caught the proper play. Watch what you sound your mouth. It ain't a proper taste.
So
I think it's fire.
Is this the most ethical use of AI that we've seen?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yes.
Man, listen.
I mean, he's doing it himself.
Yeah.
Bro, AI can be so dangerous as we scroll through social media. The things that you see that are AI based can be ridiculous. And to see Beans be able to sound like Beans, a person that actually has an issue with his speech, that's legit. It's medically there's a reason for it. I'm not mad at this, man. Like this,
he also wrote the verse.
It's his.
Yeah. Right.
It's not. Thank you. It's not an AI verse. It's his bars, and it sounds just like the Beans that we heard when we were outside. Like I'm not mad at this at all. I love it. And when we talked about this a while back, I was like, this, to Lone's point, this is one of those things where you say, yeah, this makes sense. I like it. I'm in on it.
I would only have one question that I'm going to play the White's devil advocate.
Okay, there we go. Okay, that's all
you said it. We didn't.
That's what I was looking for.
Even though I usually say it.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
That was like one of those jokes that you had to watch to get. So don't get all pissy in the comments. Would we still be okay with singers as they age doing the same thing? Let's say if they release an album in their 70s, 80s, and their voices start to go. Are you okay with that as well?
I mean, I guess when you frame it like that, you can't be a hypocrite and say, well, I love it when Benny does it, but
Elton John,
I'm not feeling it when Elton John does
his
it.
Pre-cocaine voice.
Anita Baker ends up doing it, or Patti LaBelle ends up doing it.
But my thing,
I don't know, man. I can't.
Bro,
I feel like it's a little different when it comes to a singer.
I agree.
Yes. The part of the you know what I'm saying, thing about a singer is their actual voice. I guess the same thing is said with
it applies to Beans though, because his voice is unique. Like Beans' voice is unique.
It definitely applies to Beans too, but it feels
different.
It feels a lot different to me.
Yeah,
and I see in the comments, Smooth Hoosier said DLC needs to use AI. Hey, that would actually be a good idea to me, because I mean, DLC was, of course, his first album was classic.
Yep.
After that, he was in a car accident and it messed up his larynx, and his voice has changed since then. He was a big component on the Chronic 1, Chronic 2, Doggy Style, all of the.
He helped to wrote Ruthless and Death Row. He was the pen behind a lot of that.
Yeah, so I can see. I would love to actually see that, but I don't know, man. I feel hypocritical saying that I would rather rappers and singers use it.
But my thing is, both of those examples that you used, unless I'm mistaken, are medical issues. Both of them. Beans and the DOC have medical issues that would force them to use this. It's not attrition. It's not somebody getting older. They have an actual issue as to why they're using it. Maybe that's makes me feel like it's a little different.
What about, like, you know, okay, again, I mentioned it, and it's kind of a joke, but kind of not, but, you know, there's an argument about Elton John singing pre and post cocaine use.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Or
and, you know, like...
it's different. There's a difference.
Is that a medical condition because it messed up his vocals? I mean, no, but seriously.
But what about, say better example, the artists, it's crazy how someone who sings might also smoke 2-pack of cigarettes a day. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I mean, everybody knows, and like have seen old pictures of me at the Casbah, rest in peace. You know, I used to smoke cigars while I was on stage hosting parties.
That's true.
Now I don't even smoke cigars really in my spare time. Because, like I said, my voice is my instrument, and
True.
So I might smoke 2 cigars a year, as opposed to when I used to smoke, a couple of cigars a week.
Right.
So I mean, but someone could say, well, what if that damaged my voice to a certain point and I used AI? So say I could build AI into a microphone when I'm hosting a party.
Yeah.
Or you just use auto-tune the host.
Yeah, or something. But or say we just take it away from me, like, and we take it back to the artist part. You know how they keep trotting Frankie Valli out there?
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't know if AI could even help him unless
that's not going to help.
Unless I could help his legs and his facial expressions.
It's like rest in peace. Frankie Beverly.
Yeah.
Frankie Beverly voice started to go.
Gone.
It did. Last time I seen Frankie Beverly was not his best showing, but I mean, he's grown old in the business.
That's age and attrition.
I kind of think that there's something almost magical about seeing somebody being able to continue on their career, still be able to perform, even though their voice or the sound isn't exactly the same. But it's still magical to see them out there doing it.
Yeah,
true. True.
I went to see Stevie Wonder maybe 10 years ago. He still sounded good.
No, he still sounds great.
Yeah. On top of that, he's still playing instruments at a professional level because I mean it's Stevie Wonder. But they have. I feel like a lot of singers have different tools and things that they use already anyway. I see in the comments mention that they get help in the studio or blah blah blah, which is kind of true. Like you might go see somebody live and it doesn't sound the same way as when they recorded it, right. Or you might go see somebody live and it sounds better than when they recorded it. Like I seen T-Pain live without the auto-tune and he was solid. Yeah. So you might be surprised when you see some of these artists, but I hate to be a hypocrite about this situation. I would prefer people that have health issues or things that have happened that way to use this technology, but I've kind of figured that it's going to happen regardless. Since this is that
gray, it's a gray area vibe. Because Terry, you're right. You're torn when you speak about it. It's just the two examples that we used are no brainers. Like it's just, I have no problem with it. But there is definitely a gray area with that conversation if you want to dig deep.
I feel like the technology is getting to the place too, to where eventually that these models could be built to where you talk into it in real time into a microphone and you get something else out on the other end. Yeah. So it's possible that we could get singers that are in their 90s singing like they sounded when they were 40. And true. The same thing with Beanie Sigel. I don't know if that exists yet or not, but I wouldn't be surprised because
wouldn't be surprised at all.
But real time stuff like that does kind of happen.
I'm not gonna lie, man. When just hearing the snippet, and this is obviously just somebody playing it in a car, on a phone, Bluetooth or whatever, right? And it took me back to the beans that we knew when we were outside when we were younger. It sounded exactly that's state property beans.
It sounded like a Just Blaze beat on under there.
So it was Jake One.
Jake One, yeah.
Okay.
But my thing is to be able to hear. It has to be refreshing for Beans to hear himself sound like himself.
No, for sure.
On a feature that he knows that he wrote. There was nothing that was programmed. The integrity is there because he wrote it. Hey, shout out to Beans, man. I hope this works for him. And if he want to try to use this to possibly put out something else, I'm with it.
Yeah, I have no issue. I have no issue with this at all.
Yeah, I'm with it, man. Shout out to Beans and his food truck.
Yeah,
for real.